A very good morning to all of you. In this class, I am going to start with another important topic of chapter or topic continued with the protein synthesis process. In the protein synthesis process, we differently study about the tRNA structure, structure of ribosome, or how the activation of amino acid takes place and how they get attached to the tRNA at which region. So, in today's class, I am going to start with the protein synthesis process. Or in the protein synthesis, the three steps involved, like the DNA replication or like the transcription too. So in the protein synthesis, the three steps involve initiation, elongation and termination. In the initiation process, first there is association of large subunit and small subunit. First the addition of small subunit takes place, then after small subunit added on the mRNA, then large subunit get added to the same place. Now, before going to start, first revise our previous class content, then we proceed to the today's topic, that is protein synthesis. In the protein synthesis process, the whole protein synthesis, in the protein synthesis step, the process, three steps involved, but we have already discussed about how the structure of RNA that participate in the protein synthesis. First we revise our previous class content, that is two type of ribosomes are present in the eukaryote, in the organism eukaryote as well as in prokaryotes. These that means the sense of the meaning, both type of rRNA found in eukaryote. That means the 70S or 70S and 80S both rRNA found or ribosomes are found in eukaryotes, because in the cytosol, or also said to be in the cytoplasm, the cell organelle, 80S ribosome is present, but in the cell organelle of eukaryotic cell, that is chloroplast like mitochondria, they also have the 70S type of ribosomes. Because they are complex structure or they have complex function, so that's whatever they need for enzyme during their process, during the photosynthesis, during the energy or electron transport system or ATP production, they need high amount of energy, or due to this they have their own genetic material, they have their own genetic material 2 or 70S type of ribosome for the synthesis of proteins or enzyme. So but the significant of characteristic of ribosome, that is the eukaryotic cell have the 80S type of ribosome, whereas prokaryotic cell have the 70S type of ribosome. Now 80S or 70S both are formed by two subunit. The 70S formed by 50S subunit and 30S subunit, and in the 50S subunit, the 23 rRNA formed by 23 rRNA, 5 rRNA and 31 R proteins. Now in 30S type of ribosome, the 16S rRNA are present, 5S rRNA are present, 16S rRNA, not 5S, then 21 proteins, R proteins, also said to be R proteins. So these are the significant. Now in 60S, in 80S type of rRNA is ribosomes are also formed by two subunit, 60S and the 40S. The 60S formed by the 20S, 28S, then 5S and 5.8S rRNA, and approximately 50 type of proteins. So because these are the quite large as compared to the 70S type of ribosomes. Now in 40S rRNA, the varies the different proteins. There are 33 proteins. Now, as we already discussed in previous class in detail, the structure of ribosome, the small subunit and the large subunit have the different sites for the binding of binding of tRNA with amino acid. The A site, P site and E site. A site is amino acid binding site or peptide tRNA binding site, and P site is peptidyl site. That means the bond formation takes place. The peptide bond formation takes place at that site, at P site, and E site. E site represent the exit site. Now E site represent the exit site. So the protein synthesis involves initiation process. Let's move to the today's topic. First, we already discussed the how the activation of amino acid takes place. Here is amino acid, or also amino acylation. Amino acid activate by ATP and form in the presence of enzyme amino acyl synthase and get amino acyl synthase with the help of and form amino acid AMP and the phosphate group of ATP, 2 phosphate group of ATP remove in the form of inorganic phosphate. Inorganic phosphate. Amino acid AMP formed by the inorganic phosphate releases, or it is formed by in presence of enzyme amino acyl synthase or with the help activated by ATP. Now this is also known as amino acyl, or also said to be amino acyl adenylate. Now amino acyl adenylate bind with tRNA in the presence of enzyme synthetase and form tRNA with amino acid tRNA plus AMP. The monophosphate released in the form of AMP, adenosine monophosphate. So at this point the amino acid finally get attached to the tRNA. Now this tRNA is able to transfer the specific amino acid to the ribosome, so that ribosome catalyze the reaction or bond formation in between the two amino acid, or two amino acid get added to form one by one amino acid get added to form the protein, a large chain of protein. So after this process, because the reaction need for the synthesis, reaction need 20 type of synthetase enzyme for activation, of 20 type of amino acid and transfer of these amino acid. Because of the each and every amino acid structurally specific or dissimilar from the other one. So that's why the every synthetase amino acid synthetase enzyme are of different type. 20 different type of synthase enzyme used in the activation of amino acid and transfer of amino acid too. Now in the protein synthesis process, the protein synthesis like DNA replication are also divided into 3 steps. Initiation. First step is initiation. Second step is elongation, and the third step is termination. So 3 steps involve initiation, elongation and termination. So first we discuss about the initiation process or step in the protein synthesis process. In the protein synthesis in prokaryotes, first we discuss about the eubacteria like E. coli. They are belong to the prokaryotic cell, and the ribosomes which are present in the prokaryotes are 70S type of, and 70S type of ribosomes and mRNA lacks the capping and telling region, but they have specific sequence for the binding of ribosomes. First, the small subunit of ribosome get bind to the mRNA at the specific sequence. That sequence is known as Shine-Dalgarno sequence, and they mostly formed by the purine nitrogenous base or purine nucleotides, about 8 to 10 nucleotides. Now, in the initiation step, here is the mRNA molecule. mRNA molecule, and the example is eubacteria that belongs to the prokaryotic cell or organism. So the ribosomes in this type of organism are 70S type of ribosomes present in such type of organism. So 70S type of ribosomes. In the 70S type of ribosome, as we discussed in previous class, that the 30S subunit, small subunit, and the large subunit is 50S. 30S is a small subunit, and here is large subunit. Now, at this region, here is 5 prime and this one is 3 prime region. At the 5 prime region, the specific sequence is present or also said to be near the upstream region. The specific sequence is present. That sequence is formed by mostly purine. For example, purine, GAAU. For example, here is also said to be from 5 prime to 3 prime region. Now, these specific sequence formed by 8 to 10 nucleotides, or 8 to 10 nucleotides have only, most of the nucleotides belong to the purine. So, this sequence is known as Shine-Dalgarno sequence. Shine-Dalgarno sequence, and the Shine-Dalgarno sequence consists most of the nitrogenous base in the form of purines. That is adenine and guanine. Somehow uracil is also uracil belongs to the pyrimidine, but mostly the Shine-Dalgarno sequence formed by the purines. That means most of the nitrogenous bases are present in the form of, or present from the purine group of nitrogenous bases. Now, the Shine-Dalgarno bind to the small subunit because the sequence here is the Shine-Dalgarno sequence, and here is the small subunit of the 70S ribosome. First, the 30S subunit bind at the region of Shine-Dalgarno sequence, because the Shine-Dalgarno sequence is complementary to the 30S subunit of the 70S ribosome. But in the 70S ribosome, as we already know, they are formed by 16S rRNA. So the terminal region of, or also said to be 3 prime region of 16S rRNA are complementary to the Shine-Dalgarno sequence, so that they easily get bind at this region because they are complementary to the mRNA or complementary to the Shine-Dalgarno sequence. That means the terminal region of 16S rRNA formed by here is G, then here is C, simply TT, G, again C, then again U, A. So that the sequence, this terminal sequence terminal sequence present at the region of 16S rRNA of a small subunit of 70S type of ribosome, so that through this region of 30S, or also said to be through this region of 16S rRNA, the small subunit 30S get bind at the Shine-Dalgarno sequence, because they have this sequence that is the complementary of Shine-Dalgarno sequence, and they act as a primer, so that due to the complementary sequence, these nitrogenous bases get bind or get double or triple hydrogen bond, form double or triple hydrogen bond, simply interaction between the two nitrogenous bases, and they get attached to at the Shine-Dalgarno sequence through the double or triple hydrogen bond in between the sequences of Shine-Dalgarno sequence and the sequence of 16S rRNA, so that the double or triple hydrogen bond formed in between the 30S ribosome or mRNA molecule of the mRNA molecule that have the sequence, specific sequence, or repetitively. Now when they bind after 3 to 10 base pair, or after not base pair, 3 to 10 nucleotides, the initiation codon is present, that is AUG. Initiation codon is present, that is read by only by the tRNA that or read by the 30S ribosome, or after reading this region, finally this the 50S ribosome, large subunit of ribosome, get bind at the region of this region. Now when they bind the large subunit, when large subunit bind at this region, finally the synthesis, because they have the specific site for the protein synthesis, they have the A site, P site and E site, so that the A site is amino acid, tRNA binding site, P is peptidal site, so peptide bond formation takes place at P site region, and E site is the exit site of tRNA. That means the tRNA exit from the 60S from the ribosome by the exit site, or only the 50S, only the 50S ribosome, just a mistake, this was only 50S ribosome have the large subunit have the exit site. So without binding of large subunit, the initiation process or elongation process could not be start at the region of initiation codon. So at the region of initiation codon, first tRNA or with methionine amino acid get bind, because the tRNA which have anticodon of AUG only carries the methionine, or they code for the methionine amino acid. So the first amino acid would be methionine with formaldehyde. Also in prokaryotes, because the reason of we are discussing about the prokaryotic translation in the prokaryotic, or the quite different prokaryotic transcription, quite different from the eukaryotic transcription, but the base of synthesis of protein is similar, but the components are different and the sequences are different. That is, Shine-Dalgarno sequence is quite different from the eukaryotic translation. Now, because when they get when the last subunit get bind with the small subunit, finally the code read by the tRNA, or that code the tRNA with methionine or methionine get added to this codon, because the tRNA have the anticodons of AUG, so that only that tRNA get bind to the AUG that have complementary to the that have reason complementary to the AUG. So AUG, that means the anticodon which are present on the tRNA are UAC. So only the tRNA that have anticodon UAC only get bind to the AUG and with methionine amino acid. Methionine amino acid, because methionine amino, that codon, initiation codon code only the methionine tRNA. But before this, first attachment of how the 50S R ribosome get attached to the 30S ribosome. Small subunit, as in case of eukaryote, the large subunit bind with a specific sequence at the region of AUG, which have initiation codon, and the initiation codon is surrounded by the specific sequence. That sequence is cosec sequence in case of eukaryotes. So as we already discussed in bacteria, but in eukaryotes, in eukaryotes, the mRNA molecule is have the capping and telling that at the 5' region or at the upstream region the sequence is present, the capping of mRNA present for securing the both the end of mRNA. Here is mRNA. At the upstream region of 5' region, the 7-methyl guanosine triphosphate added at triphosphate present at the 5' region. So first the recognition takes place or recognized by the helicase enzyme, which is also, as we in previous class we have already discussed the function of helicase enzyme, where the helicase enzyme function in the breaking of double or triple hydrogen bond which is present in between the nucleotides of the DNA or nucleotides of the DNA, but they also function in the translation process by recognizing the specific sequence, or also said to be cosec sequence. So Shine-Dalgarno sequence, as in case of prokaryote, is formed by the specific sequence which is formed mostly by the uracil or guanine, or mostly have the purines. But in case of eukaryotes, because in eukaryotes the 80S ribosome is present, in which the small subunit is formed by 40S and the large subunit formed by 60S, and they have also subunits. Here is a small and large subunit. Now in the large subunit, the first there is addition of a small subunit at the specific sequence with the help of helicase enzyme by the ATP hydrolysis with the help of ATP, or energy utilized during the identification of the upstream region of RNA or mRNA, at which recognize the helicase recognize the 5' end of the helicase recognize the 5' end of the mRNA. When they recognize the 5' end of mRNA, because 40S ribosome formed by the specific RNA, rRNA, specific rRNA, that the terminal region of these rRNA formed by the anticodon, or also said to be have the complementary base pair at the terminal end of the rRNA of 40S small RNA ribosome. So when the small ribosome 40S subunit bind, they after these or bind at the Shine-Dalgarno sequence, or here is for example Shine-Dalgarno sequence, or after 3 to 8 nucleotides, AUG initiation codon is present. Initiation codon is present, which is surrounded by the specific sequence, that is specific sequence. These specific sequence are Kozak sequence. Kozak sequence. So, these Kozak sequence are GAAU, GG, 5' to 3' region. So, the initiation codon is AUG, that is surrounded by the specific Kozak sequence in all organism, and these specific Kozak sequence are GAAUGG. So, these sequence help in the recognition of AUG, initiation codon. Initiation codon, with the help of this initiation codon, that when they reach at the 40S subunit or small subunit, or as in eukaryotes or as in prokaryotes both, when they reach at the initiation codon, finally the last subunit bind at the region of initiation codon with AUG, recognized by, for example, if the eukaryotic cell have 40 S subunit, the tRNA get bind with this subunit that has, with the help of initiation factor, we discuss in next class the whole process of initiation, initiation in prokaryotes or eukaryotes too, but here is the introduction only, where how the whole machinery works. So tRNA have the anticodons U, because A complementary to U and U complementary to A, G complementary to C. So the tRNA, with the help of initiation factor 2 and 3, initiation factor, as we discuss later how they work, initiation factor, with the help of initiation factor 2 and 3, they carries, or because here is also the tRNA amino acid get charged or form amino acid adenylate to form the amino acid, to form the charged amino acid. So these are the to charge the amino acid, or amino acid get bind with the tRNA, the charged tRNA now come with the initiation, with the help of initiation factor, or they also utilize the energy, how they work, whole the machinery, how works, we will discuss later in next class. Now here when they come, they have the complementary codon, or also sent to a anticodon which represent the AUG, or which represent the UAC, or bind with the AUG, or then the binding of large subunit, or in eukaryotes 67 unit bind at this region, or in prokaryotes 50S subunit bind at this region, or 30S subunit is a small region. After binding of these, there is also change in the addition of first amino acid in prokaryotes or as well as in eukaryotes. In prokaryotes, there is binding of formyl methionine. So formyl methionine bind at this region, the first amino acid, because AUG codes methionine amino acid, or methionine amino acid bind with formulated methionine or formulated methionine amino acid bind with tRNA in prokaryotes. But in eukaryotes, there is simply the methionine. Only the specific methionine present in prokaryotes, whereas in eukaryotes only this type of methionine is present. So I hope you like this video, or please continue with my next video or listen my next video, because the next video is quite specific in initiation or more about initiation process. I hope you like this video, or keep listening and watching me. So